My name is Robert Beasley. I'm an attorney. I live in Pensacola, Florida. We're here in Pamplona because my wife and my best friend Dan and his wife wanted to do a trip to Spain. I, of course, like every American, had read Hemingway and wanted to see the Running of the Bulls. And so I said, well, if we're going to go to Spain and I'm going to plan it, I'm going to go to the Running of the Bulls. In my research, I kept typing in balconies, Pamplona, so forth, and I found a couple companies that would rent a balcony here or there and made contact, but most of the contacts I made were either didn't respond or they were in Spanish, and I have a phone number and I would call and we couldn't communicate very well. Ultimately, I found this Pamplona balconies, and I originally was looking at just the balcony, and I emailed them, and then I got a response back from my Tani, and she was very helpful, very nice, very responsive. I asked a bunch of questions, she kept emailing back and forth, and as she emailed more answers, my confidence level increased and increased. Ultimately, I saw where there was this opportunity to have a VIP package, and so I looked at the VIP package and looked at the various hotels and offerings. She basically put together the package and then sent it to me. The price tag concerned me a little bit, and it seemed fair and reasonable, but I was concerned about just blindly sending off this money. So I emailed her back and said, I'd like to get the name of the hotels. And so she gave me the name of the hotels. I actually called the Hotel Puerto del Camino. And they said, yes, we have your name here, but you haven't paid yet, which I hadn't. I sent her the check, and then I told my friend Dan, who was traveling with me, because he paid half of it, his half. I said, well, we've sent the check now, so we're either going to hear from her again or that's going to be the end of it. So just to test, a few days after she received the check, I sent a couple emails just to see if she was still out there, and she was, and she emailed me back and answered my stupid questions, and those were stupid because I just made them up to see if she would contact me. Coming into the trip, I received some confirmations right up to about 5 days out, and in a full set of instructions. I had a few questions about the instructions. I emailed her, she emailed me back. She gave me her local contact number here. I arrived, and I was still anxious because I was the travel agent for my trip. And so, all the way to the moment where we arrived, taking her good advice that we get here real early. We got here at like 8 in the morning. We drove from Oleg to here. Got here, she gave us a barricade pass to get through all the barricades, otherwise we've just still been stuck outside of Pamplona somewhere. We got through the barricades, we arrived at the hotel, and like everywhere else in Spain that I've been, the staff at the hotel were wonderful, they treated us great. Our names were on the list, so everything was fine. All of my concerns went away at that point. So then we went to the opening ceremonies of the balcony. And again, a great deal of anxiety. You know, it's crazy here. And so we navigated our way through. We get to the door, there's this steel door standing there. And sure enough, she was there. First time I met her, she had our names on the list. We went right up. I immediately recognized when I was let in the door that we were in somebody's home. And it was someone that she knew because she was from here. And he was not family, but certainly a good friend. And instantly we became friends. He was a perfect host. The balcony could not have been better positioned. We were dead on the city hall, looking down on this incredibly crazy crowd. Very happy to be aloft above them and not in them. But our host was incredible, and they allowed us to stay afterwards. They fed us the whole time. They, food and drinks, and were just beautiful people. So then the bull run was today. When we were at where we needed to be, they were there. Went right up, again in someone else's home, but on the balcony, and we were right in the corner, and it was perfect. It was a beautiful experience, and I couldn't have done it better.